Welcome students to the second module of chapter number 3, Current Electricity. In this module, we will study an electric circuit, various symbols and uses of different components of an electric circuit. We also study conductors and insulators, their properties, examples and uses. We will study series combination of resistors in detail. Students, till now we have learned there are a large number of free electrons in a conductor. When a potential difference is applied between the two ends of the conductor, these electrons start moving from the end at lower potential to the end at higher potential. This directional motion of the electrons causes the flow of current. A continuous path of an electric current through conducting wires connected to the two ends of a cell and other resistance is called an electric circuit. An electric circuit contains components like cell, switch, bulb, resistors, etc. Conductive wires are used to connect these components to each other. The figure showing different components connected in the circuit by using special symbols is called an electric circuit diagram. Circuit diagram represent the components and interconnection of the circuit using standard symbols. Circuit diagrams are used for the design, construction and maintenance of electronic equipments. Let us know about symbols of various components of an electric circuit and their uses. An electric cell is represented by a long and a short parallel lines where the long line is representative of the positive terminal of the cell and the short line represents the negative terminal of the cell. Electric cell is used to apply a potential difference between two ends of a conductor. A battery. Battery is a collection of two or more cells. When two or more cells are connected together, we call it as a battery. The symbol of a battery is made by joining two or more symbols for a cell together. A battery is used to apply a larger potential difference between two ends of a conductor. Symbol of an open tap key is a round bracket connected to two terminals. A tap is used to complete the circuit. If it is open, then the current will not flow. Open tap key is used to stop the flow of current flowing in a circuit by disconnecting two ends of a wire. Symbol of closed tap key is similar to that of open tap key. The dot in round bracket represents closed tap key. If the tap key is closed, then the current will flow. Closed tap key is used to start the flow of current in a circuit by connecting two ends of a wire. Connecting wires are represented by simple lines in the electric circuit. Connecting wires are used to connect various components in the circuit. For crossing wires, a small semicircle symbol is commonly used to show one wire jumping over the other wire but are not connected. The symbol of electric bulb looks like a capital letter M, which actually represents the filament of the bulb. A lighted bulb is represented by drawing small straight lines in semicircular manner. An electric bulb is used to test the flow of electricity in the circuit. Lighted bulb shows the current is flowing, while unlighted bulb shows current is not flowing. Symbol of the resistance is represented by zigzag lines between two terminals. Resistance is used to control the flow of current in the circuit. Symbol of variable resistance is represented by drawing a slanting arrow headed up on the symbol of resistance. Variable resistance is used to change the resistance as required and thereby control the current. Ammeter is represented by a circle with a capital letter A inside. Ammeter is used to measure the current flowing in the circuit. A voltmeter is represented by a circle with a capital letter V inside. Voltmeter is used to measure the potential difference between 2 points in the circle. To understand the conductors and insulators better, let us do one activity. Make connections as shown in figure 1. Now, connect a copper wire between point A and point B. Now, on the switch, you will see that the bulb is glowing. So, we can conclude that current can flow through copper. Now, connect a glass rod between point A and point B and observe. You will see that now the bulb is not glowing. So, we can conclude that current cannot flow through glass. The substances which have very low resistance and through which current can flow are called as conductors. For example, copper, aluminium, graphite, etc. Conductors are quite useful in many ways. Conductors are used in making various electrical equipments. Let us know about insulators. Those substances which have extremely high resistance and through which current cannot flow are called insulators. For example, glass, plastic, rubber, wood, etc. Insulators are used in electrical equipment to support and separate electrical conductors without allowing current through themselves. Insulators are mainly used as protectors. For example, plastic is a hard, rigid electrical insulator used to make the plugs and the sockets. Rubber is soft, flexible electrical insulator used for wire insulation. Generally, metals are conductors and non-metals are insulators. A resistor is a two-ended component having a given amount of resistance between its two ends. In several electrical devices, a number of resistors are connected together in different ways. This combination of resistors is known as system of resistors. Resistors can be arranged in various ways. The two basic methods of joining resistors together are resistors connected in series and the resistors connected in parallel. Resistors are said to be connected in series when they are chained together in a single line as shown in figure A. And the resistors are in parallel if their terminals are connected to the same two nodes as shown in figure B. Ohm's law is applicable to all such connected resistors. Let us study the series arrangement of the resistors. Resistors are said to be connected in series when they are chained together in a single line. As you can see in the diagram, the ends of the three resistors are connected so that they follow one after the other in a single line. These resistors are said to be connected in series. Since all the current flowing through the first resistor has no other way to go, it must also pass through the second resistors and the third resistor, as it can take only one path. Therefore, the amount of current that flows through a set of resistors in series will be the same at all the points in a series resistors network. Hence, let I be the current here. Now, the three resistors R1, R2 and R3 are connected in series. Let V1 be the potential difference across the resistor R1. V2 be the potential difference across the resistor R2. And V3 be the potential difference across the resistor R3. Therefore, V is the potential difference between the points X and Y. So, we can write V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Rs is the effective resistance between point X and Y. S stands for series combination. We have V equal to IRS according to Ohm's law. Therefore, we write V1 is equal to IR1, V2 is equal to IR2 and V3 is equal to IR3. We have V equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3 as equation number 1. Now, let us put value of V, V1, V2 and V3 as per the Ohm's law. So, we get IRS is equal to IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3. Now here I can be taken out as a common factor. So we get IRS is equal to I into bracket R1 plus R2 plus R3. Now let us divide both the sides by I. So we get RS is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Here, if n number of resistors are connected in series, then we get RS is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus Rn. In this way, the effective resistance of the resistor in series arrangement is always equal to the sum of their individual resistances. And the effective resistance is always larger than each of the individual resistance. Therefore, this type of arrangement is used to increase the resistance in a circuit. The very important characteristic of series combination of resistor is in series combination, same current flows through each resistor as you can see in figure A. Now, as you can see in figure B, the three resistors R1, R2 and R3 are connected in series. The potential difference across the resistance R1 is 1 volt. Potential difference across the resistors R2 is 2 volt and the potential difference across the resistor R3 is 6 volt. Therefore, the total potential difference between the point A and B is 1 plus 2 plus 6 is equal to 9 volt. Therefore, we can conclude that in series combination of resistors, the potential difference between the two extremes of the arrangement is equal to the sum of the potential difference across individual resistors.